Seriously, I don't know what happened. Okay, sorry. So you can tell sometimes it's not about that person or that organizations. It can be a group of few, unless this, sorry, I rephrase my word again. Sometimes you cannot depend on one person or one organization to show biasness, because this organization might want to speak something that is good about it. And I'm not sure you know, Wang Kan, DBS and POSB is like a part of Singapore government bank, part of it. You know, Citibank is confirmed is from US, right? Standard Chartered Bank is from United Kingdom, right? And then Maybank is from Malaysia. Okay, this one you all should know. If you don't know, I tell you, good luck. Bank of China, right? 为什么他不要用 Bank of China 跟 Citibank, Standard Chartered Bank or Maybank 来讲呢？ Get me now? Unless you say this was said by a group of bankers from different banks to approve, not to approve, to substantiate that really, hello, excuse me, cashless payment is not ready by Singaporean. 明白我意思哦? Okay, right, let's go. Let's hear from the last part of 7 months. Let's go. Wang Kan.
DBS Chief Information Officer, Source E is more reliable than the retiree in Source D as evidence that Singapore is not ready to be a smart nation because he holds senior high appointment whose words carry weight, and he also represents one of the biggest banks in Singapore, which means that he is more representative of the majority. His comment is also based on research, observed trend, which must have supporting data to convince the people attending the public service conference in 2017. On the other hand, the personal bias comment by the retiree in Source D may not be representative of the majority elderly. Some retirees can be very tech-savvy and know how to make cashless payment easily.
So this one, Wang Kan, they say because it's a high-ranking people, like Wang Kan. So therefore, you will, wow, must be credit very good, confirm what you say is true. Okay, lor. Look at the recent Minister of Transport, right? Look at those people who are high-ranking. Look at Jack Ma. Look at those people from Donald Trump, Joe Biden, correct? Who? The Doraemon in North Korea. You know who is that? Maybe the Doraemon in North Korea. The Kim Jong-un, right, Raymond? And those big shot people like who are? Microsoft, who's that? Who's that? Suddenly I forgot his name. Who is the founder of Bill Gates? Bill Gates, correct. You mean they are humans? They just because they got high flying positions and status, they will not make mistake. Now let me ask you this question. Honestly, sincerely, this recording, be truthful to you. For me, even Mr. Lee Kuan Yew is around or not around, whatever he say, I will support him 100%. Okay, for me, back to you, Raymond. For Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, will you support him? Whatever you say, you will support him 100%?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Gavin?
Yes.
Mian Mian, will you?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Wang Kan?
Oh, sorry, what's the question?
Okay, so for example, Lee Kuan Yew, okay, for Lee Kuan Yew, for example, right, you see other leaders, they say things, you can say yes or no. For me, Wang Kan, whatever Lee Kuan Yew say, I will definitely support him 100%. So Raymond and Mian Mian say no. Galvin and I say yes. How about you?
Most of the time.
Most of the time, smart move. Now I don't want to say most of the time. It's only 2 choice, yes or no.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, you can mute. Honestly, okay, there are a lot of people. Do you know there's one thing, one of the things he said offended a lot of people in the 1980s. But he has no intention of saying that. He was saying that the more educated people during the baby, not boomers, the baby's birth rate was going down. He was saying that those government has spent so much money on your education, help you to go do this, that. Now you are graduated mothers. So Wang Kan and Mian Mian now ask you, now you are graduated, right? Mian Mian, can you stop doing your math now? So both of you you are married already. Then because you are graduated, then the government say, hey, you all spend so much money, for EduSave for this. And so please don't just give birth one, must give her at least 2 or 3. Okay, so your only educated people must give more. So the perception is that, oh, sorry, you mean that those lowly educated like ITE or NA or PSLE students or people who drop out of school cannot give birth more? You agree?哦，这样你不是狗眼看人低咯，妹妹，这种话不可以乱讲的嘞。你现在在 live 嘞，你 imagine people watching your video and say you agree I don't think it's fair 嘞。That means 你的朋友全部都是一定要 atas 的，所以你不教那些朋友 that is below you you know what happened to Wang Kang? Because when he said that he said educated mother must give birth more. Straight away I tell you the next following 1 or 2 years, the PAP votes went down a lot.
I mean facts
我的母亲大人也没有读到很高嘞，只有我父亲读到华中OK, then 我的爷爷奶奶全部都是没有读书的嘞。那为什么会生到我爸爸这么聪明？就是说那些炒粿条 you know I got one relative 他们炒粿条4个孩子都是进大学的嘞，他们没有读书的嘞，那连英文字都不会看嘞。我岳母大人根本都没有读书但我的太太跟我的 sister-in-law brother-in-law 为什么可以做生意，可以读大学？就是这样because of that 这是不是很简单就是狗眼看人低，就是说只有上大学的人才有生出来的精英那些没有上大学全部读半桶水的，就全部孩子都是一盘烂沙子。不对嘞。你不是跟我讲，明明你的 family 不是从乡下还是哪里来的，对吗？还是大学生没有吗？还是我听错？我不知道啦，可能我听错。
你听错了，没有。
对咯 ，then 你说的那些你朋友，如果是乡下朋友，他们来参加，难道你会不要跟他们做朋友呢 ？Correct, Gavin, right? Raymond, correct. So what happened? Lee Kuan Yew was saying that time, I think he was so fed up that all this. You see, Wang Kang. In the 80s, the mentality now with the 2021st century is different, right? Correct. Can you imagine Wang Kang, if Lee Kuan Yew will say that to you, and now you're a 30 years old married woman, and say that to you, and you got the voting power, will you still want to vote him? No, right? You will say no already, right? Correct. Even though you're a degree holder, you see? But his intention is that his government spends so much money on you. I'm just asking you to keep at least one child. He said those difficult. But Raymond, 生孩子不生孩子不关政府的事，对吗？是你跟你老婆的事嘛，对不对 ？Agree not? But sorry 现在是国家有难，你们做匹夫有责。Well, sorry, that one is go for war to raise a kid you need a whole village to do that. Jonah, you heard that before, right? Gavin, right? And then you stop mumbling your physics or your chemistry look at my face because your spectacle can tell me what you're studying now. You got reflection. So Wang Kang, even though Lee Kuan Yew said that one, I will still support him seriously. Whether you're a rich family or poor family, in fact, we should really tell you the truth, Wang Kang. As a married person, I leave it to you because after that, Goh Chok Tong also talk about this. I want to share this with you because you never know there will be resources coming out. Goh Chok Tong will say that also it's good to have a baby bonus, baby schemes, help them to subsidize the cost of childcare, bursaries, all these things. Which other countries in other countries a wife give birth, the husband can have 2 years of paternity leave. 2 years no need to work. Just to help to take care of the child while he got paid a salary. But that is different. That is in Europe where they got resources. Singapore, sorry, the most 7 days paternity leave, paid paternity leave. When my eldest son, I only got 1 day. My second one also 1 day. My third one got 3 days. Now I got those young fathers who got married with kids now, first child got 7 or even 2 weeks. So you realize that Mr. Lee Kuan Yew already set a path. And from the so-called Wang Kang and Mei the grievances, 那不满讲出来. Not everybody is perfect, but you know that Lee Kuan Yew come in to support it. And I'm telling you, this is live. I fully support my PAP. For Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, Mr. Goh Chok Tong, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong. But let me tell you, Raymond, the fourth generation's Prime Minister, Mr. Lawrence Wong, I only can put 70 to 80% on him. Okay? But I still support the party. All right? Different, huh? Raymond, I support the party 100%. But the person to be the next prime minister, I will give 20% discount. Okay? Get it, huh? That's the difference. You study history, you should know, huh? All right. Thank you. Source F. How useful is this source as evidence that Singapore is becoming a smart nation? Let's do L3. Kevin.
Based on contents unsupported.
Yeah. That's it. It is useful.
It is useful as evidence that Singapore is becoming a smart nation because Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong in Source F tells me that Singapore banks have created a new app called PayNow, which will make cashless payment more convenient. It is not useful as evidence that Singapore is becoming a smart nation because it is biased. It never tells me that whether the people on the ground are ready to accept this new app called PayNow. The negative aspect of PayNow.
You see, Kelvin, when you're reading this, nobody wants to look at me because I got no hair. Okay, fair. Only you don't look at me because I know I'm too handsome for you to look at me. Then you show me, then I see me that kind of face again. So, Kelvin, when Lee Hsien Loong say this, Uncle Raymond, you told me, if it's one person, means bias. If it's one person, means not true. If it's one person, means he got a hidden agenda. If it's one person, that means he's not useful and reliable because he got his agenda, got his purpose saying that. Okay, sorry. This one different story. A prime minister who's saying that is for the sake of the country, and he cannot say things that is anyhow say. The reputation will be tarnished, and it will affect Singapore's stock market and affect the people who are coming to Singapore with him. He has to uphold the justice, the truth, and sincerity and honesty to make sure that, look, guys, we have all this. You build out the confidence level, you build out the trust, you build out the belief that Singapore, even is a small country, we can be on par with big countries. And I remember there's one during the national rally speech, I say that when she was in China, China already embraced to digital payment review. There's a very funny, sickening joke. Many years ago, a China man came to Singapore. Then suddenly he saw someone's withdraw money. You know what? He went back to China and said, wow, 新加坡的墙壁可以吐钱出来的，咱们的墙壁不能吐钱出来。Oh, you get the joke, very sarcastic, right? 观看 the way you look at 因为他是乡下啦。他说：“老爸，我上次去新加坡看到那个墙壁，每个墙壁，他这按几下就有钱出来。我回来北京的时候，我按那个墙壁给人家打。” He was like, now look at it. Who is laughing now? 咱们中国人不用墙壁了，用什么？用手机给钱。我还笑别人呢，还不会用这个方法。Sometimes, Raymond, Gavin, let people laugh at you. Never mind. Let's see who is the last person to laugh. Laughs. Get that one card. Everyone has an ups and downs. I will never forget this story that someone told me about these sickening jokes. I find it very sickening. No wonder he told me until my hair dropped. You're gonna laugh already. Why do you realize this is a bit biased? Okay. Right, carry on, Gavin.
It is useful as evidence that Singapore is becoming a smart nation because Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong in Source F tells me that Singapore banks have created a new app called PayNow, which will make cashless payment more convenient. This can be seen in Source F. It says PayNow links your mobile phone number to your bank account, so you can pay and receive money using your mobile banking app. You can pay money to somebody's mobile number if he is on PayNow. This suggests that with a more efficient app such as PayNow, Singapore is progressing faster in becoming a smart nation. And it is not useful as evidence that Singapore is becoming a smart nation because it is biased. It never tells me whether the people on the ground are ready to accept this new app called PayNow, the negative aspect of PayNow. Everything mentioned is very positive, which makes the source one-sided, and it never provides me a holistic and balanced viewpoint of the new app called PayNow.
So you realize Gavin, Raymond, and Mian and Wang Kang, a few years ago, there was these president elections, right? Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, right? So I do support Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton. And we know that Donald Trump, after that, made a lot of big hoo-has. The only things that the breakthrough, Raymond, is to make sure that, no, it's not make sure, is to ensure the handshake between the North Korea and him, right? And came to Singapore to you realize that, Raymond, right? That's the only thing I feel that is good. But then again, you see, you realize I'm not sure whether US people do source-based questions. The reliability and usefulness, did they really check through the background of Donald Trump? Okay, the reason why Wang Kang, so sorry, if I'm a US citizen or what, I will not vote for Hillary Clinton. Same thing, Wang Kang, if you are now a US citizen and you are running for president, Wang Kang, even though you're my good students, I will never ever vote for you as my president. That's all. Why? Because I will never want a lady to run president in the country. So Wang Kang say, well, you're very sexist, oh? Yeah, I am sexist. I'm telling right to your face now. I am sexist. Not because I dislike you, Wang Kang. Okay, I have my own reason. Number one is, I feel that a woman to run a country is going to be jinx. It's going to be bad luck. It's going to be bad omen, not only for herself, for a lot of things. That's what I feel. That's what I feel, Wang Kang. Okay, so I don't want to have bad luck for you. That's my feel, Raymond. So, Gavin, I don't know whether you agree with me, right, Gavin? Raymond, right? But you look at the past history about the Korean presidents and the Korean emperor, and the last emperor of China was run by Pui Mami, right? Cixi Taiho. You look at what happened to China, the last dynasty. You look at Cleopatra, the Egyptian queen. You look at Wu Zetian, the Tang dynasty. Then Uncle Raymond, isn't it the same to all the guys? The guys also run dynasty, true not? Why so specific about the ladies? The thing is, Wang Kang, all the men run the countries, usually the bad one they don't say. They say the good one, true not? Like Liu Bang, right? Zhuge Liang, all this. But the bad one, they always surface out the ladies. You realize that? The ladies don't go. So you can tell me, 重男轻女. No, it's my perspective, okay? My perspective, Gavin, my perspective, okay? Because I'm a history student and teacher, so I look at it, I kind of become a bit propaganda and biased. Oh my God. So, Raymond, when Singapore, this Halimah Yacob to become president, I say, oh my God, it's going to be a disaster. But it's not true. She has made a lot of good things. But the bad thing is the COVID-19 during her reign. So this is whether it's 巧合 or not. I leave it to you. I'm just sharing. I'm just sharing. So Wang Kang, sorry. If you are going to be a president and happen to be, maybe I'll have to migrate to another country until you're no more president. I come back to the country. Just don't go. You see, she's angry already. Just 鸡蛋糕，你不要给我做，我今晚叫人刺杀你。Sorry, 开玩笑。Come, let's go, Gavin. You look so serious. I think you're angry with me now. But that's the fact, Mom. I'm telling you, I don't want to hide. Seriously, let's go. But for Mian Mian, I would like her run president. 你懂为什么王康？因为after 1 year 他头发全部掉到完，他 stress， 我就会看到他开始 Gavin。
L4 useful plus source A supports source F. It shows me that Singapore is becoming a smart nation because the photo shows me there are 6 self-service order and payment terminals in a neighborhood food court in Chua Chu Kang. This suggests that people are able to buy their food without cash.
This 啦，6个 station 就讲说 support， 你要给我60个给我看，等才 support 吗？你 just 6个就说可以。老板 ，Gavin， 如果你的 boss、你的 staff 拍，老板我做完6个了，可是后面有46个没有做，你懂意思吗？ You must see a bigger picture, but then again, this is your level. I'm just sharing. I just want to give you a bit of sarcasm here for this. Carry on.
And L4 not
just do this, Source D.
Source D challenges source F it tells me that the key hindrance is that different shops use different apps for the cashless payment, and some shops don't even have cashless payment machines. This suggests that people on the ground are not ready to embrace a digital lifestyle that uses cashless payment, still prefer cash payment.
Take note now, embrace and being enthusiastic and enticing to it. Last but not least, sir.
It is useful because the purpose of Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong is to convince Singaporeans that the government has put in effort to streamline the processes for cashless payment, such as the creation of a new app called PayNow, so that Singaporeans will continue to support his Smart Nation policy by using PayNow more often and less of cash payment. This is because at the point of time in society, many shops are using different apps to make cashless payment, and it can be very troublesome for the consumers. This can be seen in Source F. It says that we must simplify and integrate our systems. MAS has been working hard at this, integrating the different systems into one, so that at last we have one single unified terminal that can read different cards. MAS and the banks have also rolled out a new service called PayNow.
Thank you. Very well read. So, do you support cryptocurrency? Raymond, Mayman's, Wang Kang, and Gavin. Maybe in 10 years' time, no more currency, all use cryptocurrency. That means one currency or Mayman can use throughout the world. You don't need to go and queue up for this currency exchange, the ringgit, whatever. The cryptocurrency itself can really convert for you. Very convenient one. That means it's digital cryptocurrency. That means 那些换 exchange rates 那些shop 完蛋了，关门大吉大利。So next question I ask you, the four, you must answer me truthfully. You know what is CPF, right? 新加坡公积金 right, guys. No, now for example, the four of you earning 10,000 a month, okay, and you need 20% of your salary to be put inside your CPF for the ordinary account. Thank you for supporting me, Bo. Thank you. Okay, I think next week I will share off. Supporting you in the ordinary account, special account, and MediSave account. 20%. So you only take back 8,000, right, Raymond? Correct. Gavin, Wang Kang, right? 8,000. Now tell me the truth. Do you think, Gavin, you support this CPF? No? And also you can use this money to pay for your housing loan or this education. Gavin, do you like the CPF idea? No?
Yeah.
Thank you. Wang Kang?
Yeah.
Mian?
Yes.
Yes. Raymond?
For me, yes.
Why? Why all yes? You find the benefit, right? Correct. You feel the benefit is good, right?
Yeah.
Right. But do you know when Mr. Lee Kuan Yew implement CPF at that time, there were a lot of rejection. No? Hey, hello, 我吃都吃不饱，还要拿 20% put in. But do you know the employer also contributes 17% of your $10,000 salary? That means you got $3,700 in your CPF ordinary account, MediSave account, and special account. So can you imagine you work 5 years? You know how much is your CPF account? Right? And do you know the CPF interest rate is higher than the bank rate? Seriously. And by next year, your uncle 55 years old, I can draw some of my CPF money out already. I can use my retirement fund to do this a lot of things. I can go to California to windsurfing with all the nice bikini babes already. Yay! Even though I go. Okay. But nowadays, when you're 55, you cannot withdraw all the single cents from ordinary account, partially. Singapore has no problem to becoming a smart nation. Using sources in these case studies, explain how far would you agree with this statement? Who else but nobody? Let's go. Let me see. Raymond, are you able to read the rest for me? In L3, start first. Source A.
All right. L3.
We start L3 because actually I want to start with L2, but L2 is pretty like yes or no, yes or no. I don't want you all to have this habit. I prefer you
Sure.
to do L3. Okay, that's the purpose. Okay, unless really you got no time, then you do L2. But L2, you know how many marks only? It's only give you less than let me see. 4 marks. My goodness. No lah. Cannot. Okay, at least L3 lah.
Hmm.
Okay, let me go to where's my L3? Okay, L3 here. Let's go.
All right.
Can you read
Source
this one?
A.
Cannot cross-reference.
Huh? Okay.
Oh, cannot cross-reference to source D, E, and F.
Cannot cross-reference to source D, E, and F because they are tested for its reliability due to reliability and usefulness questions.
I disagree. Okay, Carol. Source A.
Yeah, because I cross-reference using that.
No, nothing wrong. I disagree. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
it's nothing wrong.
I don't think there's a problem.
Yes, Carol.
Okay, source A is unreliable because it is only one photo that shows cashless payment machines in a high-tech food court in Choa Chu Kang neighborhood. It is not representative of the majority because it does not mean that all the food courts in Singapore have installed cashless payment machines. On top of that, the photo also doesn't show whether the people are competent enough to use the cashless payment machines easily. It only shows me that the private sectors and the government have installed the hardware, but the photo doesn't tell me whether the cashless payment machines are effective or not. Therefore, Singapore has problem becoming a smart nation.
Yeah, I like that. But at the same time, you can turn around the picture saying that yes, people are embracing, people are enticing to look at the machines. It's just like bubble tea. Last time when bubble tea coming, wow, people are queuing out and things like that, or even queuing up for Taylor Swift. Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. Let's move on.
By sharing examples from their contextual knowledge. Don't use this approach because it is very difficult to score. I agree that Singapore has no problem becoming a smart nation. In source C, it tells me that in Grab, we saw a lack of safe, convenient, and affordable of transport options, and we moved in to solve those issues one small step at a time. Our Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong also says that MAS has been working hard at this, integrating the different systems into one. So now, at last, we have one single unified terminal that can read different cards. MAS and the banks have also rolled out a new service called PayNow, which means that both the private sectors and the government are working hard together to ensure that the apps are user-friendly so that more Singaporeans will be using them and less of cash payment. Even though the retiree in source D has difficulty memorizing password, there is a function in the smartphone to keep himself logged in, and he doesn't have to key in his password each time he uses cashless payment.
Wow,
Singapore
dangerous,
government-
man. If dangerous, man, this one, really, carry on.
Okay, Singapore government and banks also do organize digital workshops to help the senior citizens adapt better to cashless payment.
Oh, sorry, I was pointing to my head to Min say I'm bold with no scarf. Hey, you know what is MAS stand for now?
Ministry.
Write down. Anyone? Monetary Authority of Singapore. The Monetary Authority of Singapore is this place where you decide the printing of the currency, how much to print, how much to pack to go, whether the currency should go like ringgit. $1 is to Malaysia ringgit, $2. So this is the MAS. They control the currency. So every time you see all the new notes are all from the MAS, the printing. Okay. I ever went there for interview twice. Well, the interview is very, very strenuous. Okay, not easy. If you can work there, any one of you, wow, your reputation is solid, man, bro. Very good. Seriously, it's a very, very high. It's just like going to those top school like that. Okay, okay, let's go.
All right. By giving a balanced resolution. Don't use this approach for O-level because you need to have a balanced source that is explained and both agree and disagree in the earlier paragraphs to try this approach. There are definitely some problems with the implementation in becoming a smart nation in Singapore. However, it does not mean that we cannot overcome the challenges. It is a fact that there will be problems digital disruption in the short term, and Singapore's senior citizens have problems remembering passwords to log into the PayNow app. However, private companies such as Grab and the Monetary Authority of Singapore are working hard to streamline the processes and create user-friendly apps such as PayNow. I believe it is only the beginning of a new journey, and they will continue to put in efforts to refine PayNow app to make it even more efficient in the future. The sources show that there are two sides to the argument, that the perspectives for each side is valid and reasonable, and all the stakeholders involved, namely Singapore public, private, and public sectors, must be united and be resilient enough to embrace advanced technology and overcome challenges just like the pioneer generation and make Singapore a smart nation in time to come. This allows scope for candidates to decide what comes more naturally for them and will invite meaningful thinking without making any of the above direct requirements.
Okay, now please take note of this word here, stakeholder. Please write down. Please write down this word, please, somewhere. It's very important, this word stakeholders, Mian, Wang Kang, and Raymond and Gavin, because you can use it in your essay writing for argumentative essay, expository essay, explanatory essay, or discursive essay. Stakeholder 就是每个人 involved to it. Write down this word, very, very useful. And you're going to use it a lot in your GP. In your GP, seriously, this one is super important, stakeholders. Okay. All right. And then, yeah, okay. So thank you for this. I actually don't like the way you put it in this way, writing. I prefer like that. Okay, like this one, source D, source E, agree, not agree, that kind of things. But of course, if you want to write like that, this one will be more tedious, like that, but it's good. In the way they really explain what sources, this and that. Some teacher will say no need to explain all the 5-6 sources or choose selective. My advice is to, why not you choose the one that is, why not you choose all? If you have the time by doing this, because I don't think they'll give you L2 here if you give me better explanations. Okay, you realize they talk about ABC as well, see, A, E, see, all the sources here. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about this one here. That's the next lessons about study the abstract and the answer, extract 1 and 2. These are response questions. Next week, we'll cover this one here, as well as the answer. So we'll cover this, and hopefully you can submit the rest of the questions. Since I went through the answer with you already, so it's pretty easier for you now to have some head start, and you're able to answer certain of all questions. The more practice, the more you hand in your homework, it's easier for you lah. But if you don't, then I'm so sorry, I don't know what to say lah. Okay, but it's good that you get practice. So Raymond and all of you, I know your WA is coming, your oral is coming, your exam or what?
What WA is pre.
No more WA, sorry, yeah. You're all prelim, sorry. Can you give me your prelim dates separately? Or you want to put in the group chat, I'll leave it to you. Because I need to plan. Okay, so Raymond, Mian, Wang Kang, and Gavin, this is the next week. Wait, give me a minute before. This is the next week topic. By right, today we are supposed to cover this, but we went through the SRQ. And next thing I want to stop here. Yes, Raymond, what do you want to say?
Oh yeah, did you receive my I submitted to you?
没有嘞，你几时 send?
Yesterday.
Huh? Separately
Huh?
You send in the group or separately in the email? Or
No,
WhatsApp?
through email.
Oh my goodness, please, can you send to WhatsApp? Is it okay?
Okay.
Because sometimes I will read my emails in 2 or 3 days. If you submit to the email, Raymond, do me a favor, can? Uncle Raymond, I already submit my homework via email. Can you please take a look? Okay. Because I got 4 emails to read. I got 3 companies' email to read. So plus my this tuition, 4 companies. No, 3 companies plus my personal 4 emails to read. So it take a while. So sorry about that. All right. And the next thing, I would like to invite the 4 of you because I need your prelim. And the 4 of you, so I'm going to plan next month to have another full exam paper, the final one. That means I need the 2 lessons face-to-face with the 4 of you. Okay, so maybe you take the social study. Thank you for coming for your English one. So now I need, okay, Raymond, I think you also enjoying it, to have a full paper, right? To give you a better boost, right? Correct. And then,
yeah.
Stay back and ask some questions.
yeah, on that day itself, you can ask a question. I can conduct a separate lesson to give you more details, a face-to-face one. All right. So I'm thinking of two final face-to-face lesson. That means, for example, in August, I will have a face-to-face. You come to my friend's restaurant, do the exam, right? For you, done already, I mark. And then the final one, maybe September holiday, you come to my face-to-face class. I'll go through your exam paper. I will discuss with you. Of course, all beautiful food will be definitely provided you to 送你一层 quite.
Wait, what do you mean by beautiful food?
Okay, fine. Because you didn't take out. Yeah, sorry. So you're saying my friend's food is not beautiful. Okay, thank you. So
No, it's an expression error.
Oh, expression error. Okay, sorry. Awesome food, okay? It's awesome food, okay? Can, thank you. So Raymond, you enjoy the food there that day? Gavin, of course, So one can't wait. You are this princess, queen, one to come. Okay, so yeah, up to you now if you can make it the best. So there'll be, please tell your parents. Next month will be definitely one. I'm going to set my paper. Okay, really, I'm going to set a full exam paper for you. Okay, and then once you're done and mark already, then September is where I return back all the, remember the last time, the last few months, the paper, I'm going to return the paper to you as well as the final paper to you. Of course, like Gavin, today your brother came and see me, right? To my Grasuka to ask me some summary questions, all these things. Of course, children, I don't mind. You say, Uncle Raymond, I still feel that not enough. I need to see you face to face in your friend's restaurant to go through certain things. Or even Wang Kang, if you want to ask me English, ask me history, can. But you ask me math, then you call 995 lah. Thank you so much. And then my hair will drop. Then at the urology, 各位来宾, 各位观众, here coffin lies Uncle Raymond's. But he's a funny guy. But he died a terrible death because I asked him, man. And he will get a shock because one of the students keeps saying he is a botak, no hair. But never mind. Now I can only have his lesson already. Yay! That's eulogy. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry just now for